welcome to Time with Eli. Today, guys, we have a three-piece video. First, we're going to start off with Mothership by Mason Bates. Now, I was introduced or brought aware of this guy in the Discord. If you don't know the Discord, it's in the description below. We chat in there. Mason Bates is a contemporary composer. I never heard of him before, like yesterday. Mothership sounds interesting. Sounds like he's bringing classical stylings to modern music. I looked through the video for a second. I saw an electric guitar. That's pretty cool to include with classical. I'm excited to hear this. I'm really interested. I love the nostalgia that classical music brings, you know? And there really is nothing like the nostalgia and the rawness that you feel when you listen to good classical performances. I don't know if this is going to deliver on that level because it's contemporary and jiving it with modern feels. It might just be a psychological thing that when you hear something that sounds contemporary, it doesn't give you that warm nostalgia of old world stuff, old world charm. That being said, guys, let's go.
Mothership really came about as
I guess that's Mason.
upping the ante from the first time around. The project started with Michael saying, we need to do a brand new piece, and the new element is going to be soloists who join up with the orchestra.
We started looking for the soloists back in October. We had
multiple soloists at once. That's a pretty cool idea.
London Symphony's performance of the piece posted, and improvisers from all over the world were submitting their improvisations to go with these 4 passages. That's when we got to really whittle it down and find the best out there. John's solo is exactly what we're looking for in this lyrical improvisation. It's very mellow, it's very touching, but it cuts right through and provides exactly the kind of emotional release that we need in the piece.
What is that? That's an electric bass.
Ali is exactly what I wanted for this passage of Mothership. And he combines the absolute precise chops of a classical musician with the imagination of a blues fiddle. Paolo is incredible. He bases his improvisation on actual riffs in the piece. So he's really doing the best kind of solo, where it's taking material that is in the piece and then offering something new. In the lyrical section of the piece, when things get a little more ambient in the orchestra, we'll hear Sue play in the most beautiful and lyrical and imaginative way.
You know, once upon a time, improvisation was very much a part of what we call classical music. This piece is a way to welcome that back.
Here we go. Let's see, here we go. Huge orchestra, huge orchestra. You see right here, it's connected to that old nostalgia feel. It might just be the instruments that give you that feel, the acoustic instruments of an orchestra. I like the bass. He's doing the bass. Such an unsettled feeling. It really gives the effect of being stranded on a planet. You know, you're waiting for the mothership to come back. That's the feeling I get from it. And again, this is the Sydney Orchestra, Sydney Opera House, it looks like. care for this. Not an electric guitar with the orchestra. It doesn't work. For me, anyway. If you like this, more power to you. You know, you have your right to have your opinion. But my opinion is, the electric guitar just split the orchestra right down the middle, totally ruined the flow of it. I think the only way music really moves on from where it's at now is if a new instrument is invented. There's some totally new frequency of sound. That's just what I think. I've always been thinking about how they can make a new instrument. What would it be? How would it work? See, and now since the electric guitar opened up, it seems like all the soloists are going to follow in that footsteps. Totally change the sound of the piece. This is really strange to me. See, this is actually very interesting. I thought they were going to have the solos all work together at once. The solos were going to be not solos, but like duets. I like this where it's going now. I think the change into the brightness here is really nice stuff. Wow. The light show is something too. This is the best solo so far. The sound goes with the sound of the orchestra. This is good too. See, this is closer to a jazz element, which really belongs to classical music. I don't think the electric guitar belongs at all with these instruments. It just doesn't flow together. It broke apart the whole piece. If they just had it open with a violin, or maybe start with a bass, go to the violin, then go with the Chinese instrument, and then go back to the bass, that would have been cool. Here we go. You see right there, the whole piece just changed. But there's only a minute left. Wow. Okay. I want you guys to write what you thought of that down in the comments for sure. But right now, before I give my opinion, I'll wait for you guys to pause it, go down in the comments. My opinion is that was very one-dimensional. About 95% through the piece, it was very one-dimensional, and it opened up at the very end. That's the problem with music of today. I think we're all so desensitized by our electronics, as far as we don't develop emotional feelings with music, with art, with relationships in real life because of the technology that we have. That was one-dimensional, guys. That was so one-dimensional till 95%. When you have an old classical piece of these ladies and gentlemen who wrote classical music hundreds of years ago, or even 100 years ago, it was multi-dimensional all throughout, and then it brought you through all levels of emotion and feeling, and then brought you back down to earth. Like at the end, like this one began to take off from earth 95% in. My feet were firmly placed on the ground throughout the entire performance until about 95% in, where I skipped a little bit and then I came back down to earth. When you listen to a Chopin, a Bach, a Beethoven, a Grieg, a Dvorak, any of those guys, they're really crowning pieces. You're in heaven for the whole piece, all the way through, and there's nothing that compares to them. So, as far as this one, I don't see what's the big fuss about it. It's interesting. It's intuitive. It took a lot of ingenuity to create this piece. A very brilliant man, Mason Bates. But I think he's lacking in emotion. I think he's lacking in experience. He's a young man. I think he's lacking in life experience as far as ups and downs, and really displaying that emotion in his music. I hope he gets better and changes it from a futuristic feeling. Because usually futuristic feelings in music, like, you know, you have Mothership and sci-fi, science fiction movies. There's very little emotion in movies like that, and art like that, because it's so plastic, it's so one-dimensional. It just lacks emotion overall, these science fiction type things. It makes you wonder creatively, and wonder futuristically, and dream-like futuristically. But as far as raw emotion, raw human emotion, it's organic, and it doesn't fly with the Mothership. You know what I mean? That being said, guys, let's get on to the next one, huh? Okay, second video of the day. Second video, guys, is going to be Rachmaninoff's Prelude in G minor. We know this one. We all know this one. If you don't know it, stick around, because it's a great piece. Great Rachmaninoff piece. Probably, I would say, up there in his top 5 of Rachmaninoff, with Rock 2, Piano Concerto No. 2 being #1 piece by Rachmaninoff. I can't really think of any that would be better than the Prelude in G, besides Rock 2. I can't think of any. PC2. This is going to be performed by Yevgeny Kissin at the Problems. If this part of the video is muted, well, I won't say that. No, if you're seeing this now in the video, upload it without problem. Yevgeny Kissin sometimes gives me a problem when uploading to YouTube, but this performance looks like it's a vague performance and not a popular one, so I might be able to upload this one. I'm going to try to squeak it through, guys. That being said, let's go. I've only heard Future play this in a very modern and an up-to-date performance on Deutsche Gramophone's YouTube channel. Let's see how Yevgeny does this one.
Rachmaninov, a prelude.
You know this. If you don't know this, get your ears examined. I'm just kidding. But you should, if you're a piano fan, it's a great piece. And if you're learning piano, I don't know how difficult it is, guys. Write down in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10 how difficult this one is. I love this one. And Yevgeny's so sharp. You feel that? Look how this compares to the Mothership. This is one instrument that Rachmaninoff composed this on. And there's colors, there's brightness, there's dimensions, there's emotions, everything all in one piano piece. That Mothership piece cannot compare to something like this. One instrument can do this. There's no reason why Mason Bates needed to use that many orchestra pieces. It's just not necessary. It's visually stunning to see all those orchestra instruments. Look at this, one man and a piano. And I'm feeling a hell of a lot more than that last piece. Fantastic. Yevgeny's so sharp. Genius. Really like outstanding genius. Oh my god. God, you feel that? My goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, she's doing it again. Oh, I'm weak. If I didn't have this chair, I'd fall right on the floor right now. Oh my goodness. Good God. Oh. God. Man. He's squeezing every drop out of this piece. Every drop. You can feel him. It's like a lemon or an orange. He's just squeezing every drop out of it. Freaking genius. He's just squeezing a towel, wringing it out. Every drop that you can get from it. Brilliant. Two geniuses at work, Rachmaninov and Kissin. Yes, it's gonna go again. Yeah. Yes, yes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Friggin' brilliant. Now that is a genius. Genius composer for all times, and a genius pianist for all times as well. No doubt about it. Yevgeny Kissin, God, he's up there with Richter. He's up there with Rachmaninoff himself. Not as far as composing, but for playing the piano. Yuja, there's like two big names in the world, and it's Kissin and Yuja for piano. For me, anyway, those are the two names. Maybe Christian Zimerman could play emotion a little bit more. Christian Zimerman, where Yevgeny wrings every note out of it to get every drop of emotion, Christian fills up another towel and squeezes that one out too. Christian Zimerman, fantastic, fantastic. Oh, let's get to the next one. Let's go. Okay, the third video for this episode: Chopin Etudes, Opus 10, number 8, and number 5, both by Christian Zimerman. Now, we just discussed how Yevgeny Kissin can squeeze every note out of any performance, any piece, and I described Zimerman as being able to fill up another couple towels or another towel and squeeze that one out. So he creates elements where emotion can be drawn from. I think that's how the best describe Zimerman. While Kissin is probably more technically adept, more technically able, Zimerman is more emotionally able. So let's get into more emotional of the pieces. Now, etudes are known as studies. Chopin etudes are not necessarily the most emotional pieces, but I want to kind of reverse things and see how Zimerman does on a technical scale. So let's go. Great one. You feel that? There's a depth there. Zimerman just elevated the entire piece off the notes and is creating layers to it. That's the beauty of Zimerman. And he's very young in this video. He's creating layers. Just creating layers beautifully. Ooh, yes. He makes the piece sing. Whereas Kissin makes, like I said, wrings the juice out of it and makes you feel the emotions that maybe Rachmaninoff wanted. That's the kind of genius that Kissin is, but Christian Zimerman, the genius where he makes it a piece of art. He creates layers. Genius. Absolute genius. Looks so different there. Not the beard. Great video with the finger work. The way his hands just flow is unbelievable. God, now he's opening the layers because this is the end of the piece. He built the layers, now he's blossoming all of them. He's making them all bloom. Fantastic. beautiful. Wow. I haven't heard this one in a long time. I forgot how it went. Next one, number 5 next. Oh, this is Opus 25, number 9. That's different than the title said. Yeah, this is Opus 25, number 9. Sorry for my mislabeling. What can I say? It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Zimerman adds his own flavor so well. So well. It's a natural ability for him. Whereas Kissin wants to just execute it so perfectly. He's like a soldier. He's like a special forces, special ops. Zimerman is the artist, the painter. He's got a blank canvas every time he sits at the piano. Fantastic. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, guys. We got one more video to go, guys. What do you think it's going to be? I don't know. That was awesome. Like I said, Zimerman builds the layers right from the start. As soon as he touches one key, the layers are starting to be built already. And he builds them very quickly and then makes them bloom right before the end of the piece. Fantastic. Those weren't the best examples of listening to him play beautifully. But it showed his prowess a lot of what he could do on the piano. For sure. Let's get to the next one, huh? Okay, guys, last video of the day. I'm excited for this one. I never heard this pianist play before. We have 16-year-old Yefim Bronfman. Yefim. I think that's how you pronounce it. Y-E-F-I-M. Bronfman. B-R-O-N-F-M-A-N. And music from Jerusalem, 1973. He was 16 years old. I was introduced to this gentleman yesterday. I never heard him play before. I never even heard his name before. He's still performing today. World-class pianist. And I'm excited to learn about new pianists, get new pianists on the channel. I'm excited for this, guys. Obviously, this guy's world-class. In this video, he's going to be playing Bach in front of some teachers and maybe a small audience. Let's see how he was at 16 years old. Let's go. Yefim.
For the musicians who come to work with us, the joys are myriad and infectious. Chief among them is the indescribable pleasure of hearing a great talent for the first time. Hear the late and beloved Gina Bachawa, whose contribution to the early days of the center was incalculable.
Unbelievable. Look at his hands. What is that?
Is hearing a 17-year-old pianist, Yefim Bronfman, a recent immigrant to Israel from Tashkent, Russia. This was one of those rare moments when a student plays for us, and there is, for a short while at least, very little to add.
Unbelievable. I'm getting chills galore. God almighty. Fuck. God almighty, this is amazing. Holy shit. This is comparable to the first time I heard Richter. Sviatoslav Richter. This guy's the real deal, man. Bach, that quick. that quick, strong timing, like sharp pressing on the button, the key, ding, 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 ding. Just to the point, Bach. That quick succession, quick to the point. That's how you play Bach. Yeah. Woo. Oh my God, it's amazing. Shit. Jesus Christ. Dear God, this is incredible. Oh my God! Oh my God! This is another Glenn Gould. Bach really is. Bach is, man. Oh my God! Oh my God! Shit! Yeah! Incredible. Fucking incredible. Guys, I don't know what else to say. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with more in the future very soon. This has been Time with Eli. We'll see you next time. Take care.